are they? It's a new topic creation flow. Actually, the changes, they concern mostly the visual insights because you can find more precisely the information that you need from visuals. Conversation Insights, this is really a brand new feature that appeared at your scan, and I will explain how it works, what insights you can investigate from this tab a little bit later. Influencer Discovery. We applied new metrics for our audience insights that will help you to find the influencers and the influences for your brand or for your investigation. And the Insights Copilot. Insights Copilot, it's the new release. We managed to apply a lot of improvements for our Insights Copilot, and it's really a very powerful AI tool. And there are some more slight but very pleasant news coming, so I will let you know a little bit later. So let's start. The first thing that we will discuss, new topic creation flow. So what has changed with our creation flow? Now, as you can see at this slide, that the text query and visual insights query, the query for the visuals, they are on the same page. Now it is possible to have the geo filters for your logo or for the mentions that are collected by text recognitions on the visuals. Now you will be able to preview the quantity of mentions that are collected by logo and the text recognition. And of course, I will show you the new filters for audience and visuals. So mentions preview for logo and OCR, as you see here, it's the text query and the visual insights based on the logo recognition. And here we have the almost 5 million mentions. That is to say that this is the quantity for all the mentions that are found would be collected by the system by text and by logo recognition, Coca-Cola. Also, we have applied some new filters, especially they were very useful for logo recognition, because now you can narrow your search and look for those pictures, for those visuals that are your target ones. Let's say here, the example, you see logo Coca-Cola and image object billboard. And when you go to the preview, you will see that the collection method, it's logo recognition. And on the picture, you can clearly see that this is not a bottle. This is not the advertising but this is really the billboard. So in such a case, you can narrow your search and receive the precise visuals for your topic. Okay, now I will just move to our platform and I will show you how it works on our platform. So this is the window where we start to create the query. As usual, it is a text query and there is another box for visual insights. So let's say we will also take, on the example, Coca-Cola. We will add this logo. Oh, I added it several times. And show preview. So here are more than 4 million, almost 5 million mentions. And these are all for Coca-Cola mentions because they appear here. You see, it's appear here on the picture. This is really very wide search, so we can narrow it already here by the additional filter and image object. Let's say we will take bottle. the amount of mentions is really less. It's 700K. And when we move to gallery, we will see that on each picture there is the bottle. So of course, when we create the topic, we use not only the visual insights, we use the ordinary text query. So for instance, I will add Samsung also here, but let's say I will just narrow a little bit so it will have like, let's say drink maybe. Let's say like this one, because the quantity is not, yeah. So now you have like 18 millions because with the, oh, I'm sorry, it should be Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, my apologies. Coca-Cola. And let's show the preview, and it's 1 million. That is to say that this 1,600,000, it comes for logo with the image object bottle and Coca-Cola in the text. So now you can clearly see what will be the consumption, how you can narrow the search to be within your limits. So this is really a very useful feature. Then what else here? That of course you can use narrow the search for the country. For instance, add and country, let's say United States. Show preview. So all the pictures will have the geo United States. And of course, you can apply the filter from here, geography. You can take United States. Just I want to remind you, when you use the filters here from the filter panel, these filters are of the upper level. So when you apply the filter here, this filter will be applied to both, to text query and to the visual insights. If it's okay, then that's great. But sometimes if you need, for instance, to look only for post with text query and to look for everything like post, comments for visual insights. So in this case, the advanced operators will be really handy. Let's see another filters that are new here, because these are the filters that were already in the creation flow. The new filters, they concern audience insights and visual insights. So right away, while creating the topic, you can just set the author's age, or the author's subscribers, or interest categories. So for instance, I will not use the Coca-Cola, let's say, just to show you the example. Let's say that I will look for the authors that are indicating in their bio that they are food bloggers. But my aim is not only to find food bloggers, my aim is to find the food bloggers. I need to show just a second. It should be like this one, food bloggers. Or maybe food blogger, it's better to say food blogger. But yeah, so, and my aim is to find the food bloggers which indicate in their interest cooking. So with such with this new filter, you can find all the influencers, all the authors that indicate in their bio that they are food bloggers, but alongside that they indicate in their bio, they indicate that their author's interest is cooking. Another one that comes about the visuals. So here in the visuals, you can apply also any filters right away when you start creating the topic. For instance, you do not want to see any illustrations. You just need the real photos. So you just pick that and the topic will be created only with the photos. And as you see, of course, the amount is narrowing. So in such a way, you can right away just reduce the noise in your topic and find only those mentions that you are looking for. Okay, so actually that is all about the new creation flow. Maybe I will just go to the I will just look through if there are any questions so far. Just a second. Is there a list of objects for the image object operator? Okay, just let me show you. Now let me show you that here. Let's say I will again choose any Samsung. Let's say, let's take another one. And image object. So the list you can pick up here. As you see, there is a long list, but just logically you can like try, for instance, for Samsung smartphone. Yes, here I have a smartphone. Or let's say image object. What else do we have here? Like here is a lot of different, let's say maybe like TV, television. Yes, you see. So like there is a lot of objects that can be here. And it's not only the one that you can pick up the object, it can be also image. And when you just type image and press enter, you will see that you can choose image activity, image color, image object, person, scene, let's say scene, let's say outdoor. And it will also look for, let's say, the image. Let's say to make it work, I need the operators here. Yeah, it has found something. It's interesting that it's just a second. It's interesting what it was. I see. I have still food blogger. That's why the gallery, my gallery is like this one. If I delete it, I was just wondering why I do have still pizza here. So when we go to gallery, so the object was television. So I have television here also. So I will have smartphone and television. Okay, let me check. Maybe there are some other questions. Does the author bio operator bring in all mentions from whoever has food blogger in their bio? Yes, those authors that indicated in their bio that they are food bloggers, yes, that will bring you those authors. And if you apply additional filters, so as I was applying, you will have those people who indicates in their author's bio that they are food bloggers, plus in their interest cooking. So you can narrow that if you need that one. If you don't, then you do not apply any additional filters. You will find all the food bloggers. Of course, you can narrow the search by the country, or maybe you can add some additional keywords in combination, really a lot of combination. Okay, so I will move on. If you have still questions concerning this section, you can still write them in the chat. I will answer them a little bit later. So let's go back to our presentation. So the next one is really a very great tool, and it's a brand new tool. It's Conversation Insights. So Conversation Insights, it's a powerful tool that helps you visualize and understand the conversation around any topic, brand, or audience. So it includes conversation clusters. So you will see with the help of these clusters how different conversations are connected, and you can spot macro and trends at one glance. Then the subject distribution. So you will see what are the subject within your topics. Potential crisis. So the system will show you also the potential crisis. You can check them and identify what are the reasons and maybe find the solutions before they are not crisis, but they are potential ones. And the trends. The trends, they were already in our system, but there are some new things that were added. So I will show you later on the platform. Okay, I will switch again to the platform. And here, so I will just say that this was the topic created for the Marvel characters. And on this topic, I will show you how Conversation Insights will work. So this is the conversational cluster. So here we can already see that there are like different colors and different like themes that are united, the phrases that are closer to each other. So here on the right, you have subject distribution. So as this is about Marvel characters, so of course, it's the great part takes movies, then games, celebrities, video games, and so on. So let's look into this conversational insights. So as you see, there are bubbles. There are bigger bubbles, less bubbles. And here, for instance, we can see that this is everything that is here with the color in blue, it concerns movies. So here we see that Iron Man, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., they or Doctor Doom and Captain America, they appear often in the conversations, so together. And that you see that all are the relations and between all these phrases that appear and together. Let's say here it's another color and it's the games. So here all these phrases, they appear also together and they belong to the same games. When we look here, it's clearly, we can see that this is like another cluster, but it's still the subject is about movies. So what can we do here else to see some insights here? Here is the panel with several buttons, and this, I will start with this one, even if it is not the first. So with the help of this button, you can determine groups of phrases that co-occur frequently. So if I press it, I will receive like different colors for the conversation. So let's see. So this is still about the movies, but let's make it bigger. And we will see that this is Marvel characters, Avengers, Spider vs. Batman, Avengers Evolution, and again, all the characters from the Avengers. So I assume that all these phrases, they appear in the conversations and they are related because they concern the Avengers. Let's see another one. This is about the games, just change the color, but still it's about the games. Let's see here, if we look more deeply here, like Spider-Man and Peter Parker, of course, the relation, Last Dance, New Deal, Tom Hardy, interesting. Here, Tom Holland, Green Goblin, Black Suit, that they occur, these phrases occur in the conversation. And you see, the more these links can be, as you see, more wide and more narrow. The wider the link, the more often these phrases occur in the conversations. Okay, what next? What can we do next? So the next thing that we can right away see what is the sentiment for all this conversation. So I will press here. And maybe it's not the best example, but still almost all the conversation here are neutral. I see only one here. It's about the play lineup that is negative, but it's not connected. It's like a separate micro trend, let's say, and micro conversation. And here game trailer, it's a the positive one. What else here? We can show the recent changes in the popularity of conversation. So if you see the bubbles that are with the one more additional bubble around, so that means that the conversation with this phrase is becoming more popular. So if I hover here, I will see that the quantity of mentions is increasing, and the comparison is made like I have the filter here for this, like for the past 30 days, so the past months. So the comparison is done for the previous months, comparing to the previous months. So this also, you can see which phrases are becoming more popular from this conversation also. The great thing here is that you can also export this graph. Let's do it like this one. And if, for example, you do not need bubbles, but you'd like to export it with the phrases to have them like bigger, you can also apply only text. So you will have only text instead of bubbles. If it's more convenient for you, it's just different view. Okay, let's move on. Then what else do we have here? We have potential crisis. So as I said, that you, with the help of this tool, you can see what are the potential crises within the conversation in this topic, within the mentions in this topic. You can dive here, for example, copyright, and right away you will see all the mentions, and the Insights Copilot will do the summary for you. Here is the question, are there any potential crises or topics that we should be aware of? So here is the summary that about the risks that are concerned with the copyright, and you have the summary and all their examples. Let's go back to conversation. Oh, I need to take out this filter. So, and that is not everything here. You have also this graph, the pulse for all these subjects. You can switch off or switch on here then. And the thing that is also very interesting, it's trends. So here you can see all the trends happening in your topics. They are also within the general statistics, but here you can just filter by engagement, let's say. So the most engaged will be first, or let's say by date. The newest appearing trends will be also here. Also, we tried to separate all this trend a little bit just for your convenience, like popular video, popular post, active discussion. So you can go and check every trend here, which are already divided. So actually, that is all concerning the part about the conversational insights. So I will check now, I will make a pause and I will check the chat if there are any questions so far. But it brings in every one of their mentions for whatever date range you have, right? You mean it brings in every one of their mentions for whatever date range? I'm sorry, maybe you can a little bit precise the question. It brings in every one of their mentions. Their mentions, you mean which their mentions? Like it's for the author bio operator. Okay, yeah. I was like thinking that it was about the conversation side. Yes. So when you indicate that you are collecting the dimensions with the help of author bio, then all the posts of this author will be collected. If you want the post, let's say food blogger, and you want the post only about burgers, okay, then you make like bio, food blogger, and burger. And in such case, all the posts that have burger in the post and that are coming from the author who indicates that he's a food blogger will come to your collection. Is it that you were looking for? And the date range, when you create the topic, when you see the amount of their approximate mentions, that is for 1 month. The system just calculates what is the approximate amount of the mentions that could be collected for 1 month. It's no other options when you create the topic. When you already created the topic, then you can make the history collection. Okay, let's move on. So here, okay, the use cases, some of them I already highlighted, like that you can detect emerging crises, that you can understand macro and micro trends in the discussions. You can even identify in a couple of clicks your competitors, because they can also, this phrase can appear in these conversational clusters. So you can cluster conversations into subjects, as you have seen already, that they are separated into subject within your topics. Influencer discovery. So this is like new metrics that we have added to our audience insights. So now you will be able to see the average views, average engagement, and engagement rate for their influencers, for the authors. Also, you will see the engagement rate by views for TikTok and YouTube. This is also the new feature, not by followers, but for versus views. As I already showed you at the beginning, that audience filters are available in the topic creation filter already. So what are the use cases for the influencer discovery? So you can find the impactful influencers faster, because you have already all the stats. I will show you a little bit later. You can analyze their overall content performance versus content related to your business area. So you can do benchmarking influencers buckets in order to set the KPIs for your own influencers marketing campaigns. And also, when you create the topic, you can right away apply the filters, the new filters, and find the necessary information based on the audience, and find the necessary mentions that are appropriate for your topic. So I will just go quickly, because we have really a lot of things to discuss more. I will go quickly to their tool. And let's say I will go to audience here. Or maybe let's say I will go here because it's too big. I will take another topic. So here, as I already told you, you have the authors, you have the subscribers, of course, and you have average views. And every time you hover on this eye, you will see the information about these metrics. So let's say about engagement rate, how it is calculated. That is calculated likes, comments, and reports versus followers or versus views. So, and influence score, all the information here, that this is the influence score measures the amount of interaction an author content gets compared to views or followers. And I just want to highlight when you have this influence score for TikTok or YouTube, usually it is calculated versus views. But when it comes to other platforms like Instagram or Facebook, so there will be versus followers. What is great here, that you have the possibility to sort right away by average engagement. So you will have those authors who have average engagement first. Then engagement, let's say by influence score. So those who have the influence score, the highest one, it will be also the first one. There is also the possibility by subscribers, like anything that you need. Okay, you can also hear like nano influencers or macro influencers. So it depends on what you are looking for. So that is actually the major things that change in this Audience Insights tab. Maybe you have some questions, so I will answer them right away. What is the difference between influencer score and engagement rate? How they are calculated? Okay, so engagement rate, it's right away here. So engagement rate, it's measures the percentage of the audience that reacts to the contents, to the author's contact post with likes or comments. And this formula looks like, you see, this is likes plus comments plus the posts versus posts and followers. That here is a note also that we use all recent posts from the authors to calculate engagement, not only mentions that are related to the topic. And when you talk about the influence score, it ranges from 1 to 10 for each author based on their engagement rate, compared to the average engagement rate generated by authors from this source. A little bit complicated. Yeah, no, that it's a little bit complicated, but you can right. We purposely made all these notes just for you to reread and understand how it works. So here we compare like the engagement rate. It's how the audience responds to the author's content. And here it's compared to other authors from the source. I hope that I managed to explain. Okay, let me check. Okay, let me check if it's... have I answered your question? At least a little bit. So engagement rate, how they... Yes, okay, beautiful. Okay, let's continue. Let's go back to our presentation. So the next thing is the AI tool. It's Insights Copilot that was improved. It was really improved greatly. So it was released like maybe 2 months ago, and there are really a lot of great things that were improved here and were added here. So the first thing, follow-up questions. Really great thing, because now you are able to ask the Insights Copilot like ChatGPT, and there will be threads. So everything related to one theme will be in one thread. And that's really great, because you can go back to that conversation and you can see everything, how you were investigating, you can deeply investigate the topic. So this is really a great feature. Now Insights Copilot can build charts. So you can just, with natural language, ask him what are the sources the negative mentions are coming from, and or build a chart with the sources that are coming with the negative, with the negative mentions that are coming from. So, and then I will show you the examples. Now the Insights Copilot can compare different segments. So let's say where there are more positive mentions in June or July, or what is more important for my consumers, quality or price? And Insights Copilot will give you the answer. You can cancel requests now, because there are the cases when you can ask the question and right away in several seconds you see it's not the right one. I made a mistake, and now you can just simply cancel it, and it will be not counted if you have some limits of questions. So you can just cancel right away, and it will be not counted. You can now delete threads in the history. Let's say you have a lot of threads, some of them are not up to date, so you do not need them anymore. So you can just delete them, not to be mixed. And you can set your preferred languages. So there is a really great choice, big choice of the languages the Insights Copilot can communicate with you. So here are just example of the chart that the Insights Copilot can build. And here is the comparison of different data segments. As I say, positive mentions, where there are more positive mentions in July or August, and it was for Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. And you see it's like really a very short answer with the numbers that there were more positive mentions in July. And here I was asking again, that was from that Marvel topic, do people like more Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland as a Spider-Man? Actually, this is the sum up. But the Insights Copilot is giving like, why do people like Tobey Maguire? Then why do people like Tom Holland? And based on that information, he makes the summary. Okay, let's, I will show you very quickly how it works here. So let's go here to Insights Copilot. I have already asked him several questions. So I will go to history. So here it is. So my first question was, what do consumers like about our brand or products? So here was something about AI features. So I was asking them, I decided to move further and dive more deeply. What AI features of the Galaxy Z Flip 6 are distinguished by users? And here are the answers. Here are the answers. By the way, by clicking here, show additional info, you can see what filters were applied by Insights Copilot, that it's a word of mouth and sentiment positive was here. Then I will not show, like it's a long thread, the thing that I want to show you that. I asked him to show the dynamics of positive mentions over the last 3 months. You see, it has built a chart. Then I asked what are the sources where people share their positive feedback. At the first, it was in the form of the list, but I asked to build a pie chart for the data above. So here is the pie chart. And for instance, I was asking about the spike in positive mentions in July, because there was, just let me go back to see, in the July, there were several spikes. So I was asking why they were happening. I received the answer with the examples here. So you can check if this summary is really good, because you have the examples. And for instance, I was asking the authors, which authors share the positive feedback on this model. So again, at first it was the list, but I asked to plot the data, and even such, the chart can be built by Insights Copilot. Okay, so what else? As I will show you how the cancellation work here. So I asked the question, and the Insights Copilot needs some time to think over all the information to analyze, and you can meanwhile cancel it. Just, oh, I'm sorry, I ask it again. I cancel. So, and it's not visible anywhere. It's not counted if you have limits. Also, there is the possibility to delete the, let's say I can delete the answer, or I can delete even the whole thread if I press here. And the last but not the least here, that you can go to settings and you can set up your preferred language. So it can be English, Portuguese, like a lot of English, a lot of languages. I have the auto detect language. What does it mean? That means that if I ask the question in English, the Insights Copilot will give me the answer in English. If I ask it in French, it will give me the answer in French. In Ukrainian, the answer in Ukrainian. Let's say it seems to me that I have one, for instance, it was French, and I received the summary in French. What else I just want to remind you, when you just pay attention to these two filters, when you are asking the question, For instance, you want the Insights Copilot to extract the filters from the question, then it should be pressed this filter. When you use your own filters, you need like to know what do people think about this model in YouTube, and you have already filtered your mentions by YouTube, word of mouth, so then you can use the current filters. So this is like very important thing just to remind you. Actually, these are all the new features that Consent Insights Copilot. Use it. If you have any questions, ask our support, or we'll help you to understand if you have some questions. And right now, if you have some questions, I'm ready to answer. Is the Copilot available for the API? I'm not sure. Actually, haven't checked this one. I will check this one because I'm not sure if that is possible for API. It should be checked. For the moment, I do not have the answer. Maybe some other questions. No other questions. Okay, let's move on because we have some more news that. Okay, and now more. What else we added to the possibilities of our platform? So the first thing, that Twitch Live. From now on, you can collect Twitch live streams via channels. So to do so, you just go to settings, to channels, and you add this channel, and then you can collect every new live stream they post. So you can be able to analyze the maximum concurrent views for each live stream that was collected. I will show you that, just will remind you how you can add as a channel the Twitch. So for the YouTube, we have the new filter now. Now you can separate shorts from the YouTube, and you can just filter them in your stream and work only with shorts from YouTube. And of course, one more thing, that Quora was added to our collection. And now when you have some topics, so you will see that you have already the mentions from the Quora. And the last but not the least, just several days ago, or maybe a week ago, we added to our coverage one more source. It's a Blue Sky. So what do we collect? We collect posts, extended reposts, comments, and replies. From now, the history for this source is available something like from the middle of August, so like 45 days. And the peculiarities for the Blue Sky, like for Instagram, we do not have the geolocation, and the number of post comments is a number of top level comments when you see the number of comments if for the mention. I will switch again to our topic, and let's say I will go to all, and I will go to filters, and at first I will just show you that we'll go to sources, and let's say we will see Quora here, I hope. Oh, Quora, maybe I was looking, no, we have it. Quora, yes. So you will see that we are collecting them, and Quora do have the geolocation. So next one, let's look how the Blue Sky, let's say Blue Sky, apply. Oh, no mentions. Interesting. Let's say I will just look. It seems to me that I have seen it. Maybe it was just in another topic. Maybe I just applied some filters that were not. Yeah, Blue Sky. Yeah, it's here. So as you see, no geolocation, unfortunately, like for Instagram. But we can collect like comments, posts, and extended reposts. So you can see already also in your topics. Okay, and let's go to filters again, source, and we take YouTube. And if you move lower, you will have that for YouTube, this separate filter. You can filter the YouTube videos by lives and shorts. So let's say I take shorts, apply, and here I will see only shorts. That concern the Twitch. Let me take, I have like one channel. I will just show you how you can edit. You go to settings, you go to channels, and as usual, you just edit, search, and you edit to the channels. So for the moment, I managed to give you the information of all updates that happened recently at UScan. So now, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask.